Chosen one, you were not placed in 2026 by accident. You were positioned here with purpose. The storms you see forming around the world, the uncertainty in economies, the shifting relationships, the pressure on your mind and spirit, none of it is random. This is a defining year, a refining year, a revealing year. And within you lives a divine power that was designed specifically for times like these. You are not here to survive the challenges of 2026. You are here to unlock miracles through them. What feels like pressure is preparation. What feels like delay is divine alignment. And what feels impossible is simply waiting for your faith to activate it. Chosen one, divine power is activated through perspective. The battle in 2026 will not begin in your bank account, your career, your relationships, or even in the headlines. It will begin in your mind. The way you interpret what is happening around you will determine whether you rise in power or shrink in fear. Two people can face the same storm. One will call it destruction. The other will call it transformation. The difference is not in the storm. It is in the sight. Most people are conditioned to see difficulty as a sign that something has gone wrong. They believe that if they were truly blessed, life would be smooth, predictable, and easy. But you were not chosen for ease. You were chosen for elevation. Pressure is not proof that you are abandoned. Pressure is proof that you are being refined. Gold is purified by fire, not comfort. Diamonds are formed under crushing weight, not gentle handling. Why would your destiny require anything less? In 2026, systems may shift, economies may fluctuate, relationships may be tested. Plans you carefully designed may suddenly collapse. At first glance, this feels like loss. But look deeper. When something collapses, it reveals its weakness. When something shakes, it exposes what is unstable. What if the disruption you fear is actually protection? What if the delay is saving you from a path that would have drained you? What if the door closing is preventing you from settling for less than you deserve? Perspective turns pain into preparation. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" begin asking, "What is this building in me?" That single shift transforms you from victim to vessel. Victims look for escape. Vessels look for meaning. And meaning unlocks power. When you assign divine purpose to your challenges, you stop reacting emotionally and start responding strategically. Your perspective determines your emotional state. Your emotional state determines your decisions. And your decisions determine your destiny. If you view 2026 as a year of fear, you will move cautiously, shrink your dreams, and silence your intuition. But if you view it as a year of divine unveiling, you will move boldly, think creatively, and remain steady when others panic. The same year, the same world, completely different outcomes. You must understand that chaos is often the birthplace of clarity. When everything is comfortable, you rarely question your direction. But when discomfort enters, it forces reflection. It forces you to evaluate your habits, your circle, your mindset, and your alignment. The shaking is not there to break you. It is there to wake you. It is there to strip away illusions and expose truth. Chosen one, you have survived challenges before. Think back to the seasons you thought would destroy you. At the time, They felt unbearable. Yet here you stand, wiser, stronger, more discerning. The pain you once resented became the wisdom you now rely on. That is perspective in action. What once looked like devastation became development. When you train your mind to search for opportunity within adversity, you activate divine intelligence. Instead of being paralyzed by fear, you begin to see patterns. You begin to notice hidden doors. You begin to recognize that every setback carries information. Maybe a failed plan reveals a skill you need to develop. Maybe a betrayal reveals a boundary you need to enforce. Maybe a financial challenge reveals discipline you must master. Nothing is wasted when your perspective is aligned. The world may interpret 2026 as unstable, but instability for the unprepared is opportunity for the awakened. While others complain, you will create. While others retreat, you will rebuild. While others panic, you will position yourself strategically. That is not arrogance. That is awareness. You understand that disruption rearranges power structures, and those who see clearly during disruption gain advantage. Perspective also guards your peace. When you trust that every event is working for your elevation, anxiety loses its authority. You may not understand everything immediately, but you refuse to assume the worst. Faith does not deny reality. It reinterprets it. It says, "This is difficult, but it is not defeating me. This is painful, but it is not pointless. This is uncertain, but it is not without direction." Chosen one, your mind is sacred territory. Guard it fiercely. Feed it truth, not panic. Feed it vision, not limitation. The moment you allow fear to narrate your circumstances, you surrender your power. But when you choose a divine perspective, you reclaim control. You begin to see yourself not as someone overwhelmed by 2026, but as someone appointed for it. Miracles do not always arrive as sudden breakthroughs. Sometimes they arrive as new understanding. Sometimes the miracle is clarity. Sometimes it is resilience. Sometimes it is the realization that what you thought was ending is actually beginning. Your perspective is the key that unlocks all of it. So when challenges appear, pause before reacting. Breathe before assuming. Reflect before retreating. Ask what this moment is shaping within you. Because if you can master your perspective, you will master your power. And when your power is aligned, even the greatest challenges of 2026 will become stepping stones toward the destiny that has always been waiting for you. Chosen one, divine power is released through bold action aligned with faith. Perspective awakens you, but action transforms you. You can see opportunity clearly. You can speak positively. You can even feel inspired. But until you move, nothing changes. Faith was never meant to be a quiet belief, sitting comfortably in your thoughts. Faith is movement. Faith is obedience. Faith is stepping forward when the outcome is not guaranteed. In 2026, hesitation will be the trap that captures many. The world will feel uncertain. Markets may shift. Opportunities may look risky. People will wait for perfect timing, perfect clarity, perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion that delays destiny. There will never be a moment where fear disappears completely. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is deciding that your calling is louder than your anxiety. Divine power activates when your steps match your prayers. You cannot ask for growth and avoid responsibility. You cannot ask for abundance and resist discipline. You cannot ask for influence and fear visibility. Action is the bridge between desire and manifestation. And every bold step you take in alignment with your purpose sends a signal that you trust the path unfolding before you. There will be moments in 2026 where logic tells you to stay small. It will tell you to remain silent, to avoid risk, to settle for what feels safe. But safety does not build legacy. Safety preserves comfort. You were not created merely to preserve comfort. You were created to expand, to build, to lead, to transform. Expansion requires movement. Movement requires decision. And decision requires faith. When you act boldly, you interrupt the cycle of doubt. Doubt thrives in delay. The longer you wait, the louder it becomes. But when you move, even imperfectly, you weaken its voice. Progress creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence strengthens faith. And faith unlocks doors that once seemed permanently closed. You must also understand that aligned action is different from reckless action. Boldness is not impulsiveness. It is obedience to inner clarity. It is taking steps that reflect your highest values, not your temporary emotions. When your action aligns with integrity, discipline, and purpose, divine support meets you in motion. Resources appear. Connections form. Ideas expand. What once felt impossible begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Consider the power of one decision. One decision to forgive instead of holding resentment. One decision to invest in yourself instead of doubting your worth. One decision to start the project you have delayed for years. One decision to leave environments that drain your spirit. These decisions may feel small in the moment, but they carry spiritual weight. They shift timelines. They redirect outcomes. They initiate miracles. In 2026, there will be a clear separation between those who watch and those who build. Watching feels safer. It requires no vulnerability, but building exposes you to criticism, uncertainty, and risk. Yet building is where power flows. When you create, you participate in divine expression. When you initiate, you mirror the energy of creation itself. You stop waiting for permission and start walking in authority. Fear will attempt to disguise itself as wisdom. It will say, wait a little longer, prepare a little more, study a little deeper. And while preparation is valuable, endless preparation is procrastination in disguise. At some point, you must trust what you already know. At some point, you must step onto the stage, even if your voice shakes. Growth does not happen in hiding. Your divine power expands with use. Just as a muscle strengthens through resistance, your courage strengthens through action. The first step may feel uncomfortable. The second step feels slightly easier. By the 10th step, you begin to realize that the barrier you feared was never as solid as you imagined. Many obstacles exist only to test whether you truly believe in your calling. Alignment is essential. Action fueled by ego drains you. Action fueled by comparison distracts you. But action fueled by purpose energizes you. When your steps are rooted in service, growth, and authenticity, you feel a quiet confidence even in uncertainty. That confidence is not arrogance. It is assurance that you are moving in harmony with something greater than yourself. Chosen one, miracles often look like opportunity wearing work clothes. They look like effort. They look like consistency. They look like showing up daily when results are not immediate. Do not underestimate the power of disciplined action. Consistency compounds. Small steps repeated daily become massive transformation over time. In 2026, you will face crossroads. Moments where staying comfortable feels easier than stepping forward. In those moments, remember who you are. You are not here to observe your destiny. You are here to participate in it. Every bold action aligned with faith unlocks a new level of authority within you. Every courageous decision expands your capacity, and as your capacity expands, so does your impact. Move when you feel uncertain but aligned. Speak when your voice trembles but your truth is clear. Build when resources seem limited, but vision is strong. Divine power does not wait for flawless conditions. It flows through willing vessels. And when you become willing, fully, boldly, unapologetically willing, you will witness doors open in ways that logic alone could never explain.